Hey guys, look at this. It's a winter wonderland out here. All this snow. And the boys are over there. And I've got some corn for the deer. This is the last little bit that I have for the rest of the season. And it's out of hunting season, so I'm just putting it out so they have something to eat. But yeah, it started this afternoon. And I'd say we've got about an inch or so. So it's still kind of, it hasn't come down in all the spots yet, but man, is it pretty. It is so pretty. I love it when it snows, but I hate it when it snows because being in New England, we got a lot of snow. It was always cold, but right now, I'll take the snow over rain any day. So I get to put my mud boots to the test, and I'm sure they'll keep my feet warm. They did when it was really cold. But yeah, so pretty. We're only supposed to get a couple of inches, maybe like 2 inches or so. Haven't lost our bridge yet. Not quite yet. All right, let's see if I can get under here. Yeah, hold on. There we go. And there's our little pond, our little stream that can turn into a raging everything. But this is what it looks like out here in our little backyard in the wintertime. It's so nice. It's very pretty. I like it very much. All right, I'm going to, why don't you come on up with me? The boys are doing fine. They're going to get blankets later on tonight because it's supposed to dip down into the 20s. And Jarvis is soaked already. And Darcy is pretty wet. He's not soaked, but he's still pretty wet. But I'm going to come up here. This is our second section. This is where I would come up hunting early in the morning, and they'd be up here. Whew, I haven't been up here in a while. I'm a little out of shape, especially carrying all that corn. You can see way out there, there's the noodles for our obstacle course. And this is my old hunting blind. Now that it actually snows, it actually looks good. But I'm going to put the corn down here and set up the trail camera again because the batteries are out. So I got everything all done. I got my other trap set up. That one is over there. No more corn. And yeah, we'll come out in the morning and see if there's anything in the trap. Now what am I going to trap? Raccoon. And we can trap them all the way up until the end of this month. And they're actually pretty good eating, believe it or not. It sounds a little odd, but raccoon legs are actually pretty delicious. I tried it for the first time the other day, and it was actually pretty good. It tasted like stew meat. So if you actually have like burger and stews and stuff like that, it tasted like stew meat. Not as chewy though, so it was actually quite tender. So anyway, that's beside the point. We're a little weird over here sometimes, but let me change my hands here. Hands are getting a little cold. I know you guys, I got a couple other new subscribers, so I don't do the cold very well. I have Raynaud's disease, and Raynaud's is hyperactive capillaries in your extremities. So my fingers and my toes If I had my toes, I don't have it in my toes so much, but in my fingers, I have it, and it's really bad. You can't see it too well right now because it's just starting to spike up, but how pretty. It's so pretty out here. I should put them over here because there's nothing to eat, but yeah, so let's go back inside and get them their supper and their blankets. That way I don't have to come out when it's 20 degrees and put blankets on them. And I'll be right back. Well, looks like I'm gonna have to fix the chicken coop in the morning. I'll have to make sure I lock them in so they can't get out. They won't be able to get out. They'll just come out here and they'll get stuck in the run-in. What are you doing? You want your blanket on, buddy? Of course you do. Don't put those in the mud. I just cleaned them. What are you doing? Silly. Oh, that one's clean. That's Darcy's underneath. Hey, don't flip those. Knock it off. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, somebody's tired. Darcy, you tired too? I got the blanket. What are you doing? I got their blankets on without them standing still eating their food, which is odd for them. Yeah, they usually are standing still while they're eating and I'm putting on the blankets, but now it's backwards, so they're a little off. So let's go get their food. And there goes the dogs. Over by the horses. Okay, now I'm not using my thumb. Okay, today's diet consists of beet pulp and alfalfa. Alrighty, Lexi, knock it off. Alright, let's get this out to them. So these guys eat fairly well together when I'm around. Usually, if I'm not around, Jarvis will try to push Darcy out of his food. And Darcy being older, a little bit slower eater normally, he will just walk away. But so I hang out here with these guys, which is actually not a bad thing because I'm gonna fall. My bucket. I didn't want to flip it upside down and sit on it because it was wet. But I have a feeling I'm gonna have to sit on it anyway. Oh well. So anyway, what was I saying before I slipped? Oh yeah, feeding. So these guys, like I said earlier, they eat pretty well together. But Jarvis can be a little pushy because he eats really super fast and he just wants to eat everything. I think that was because he was starved when he was a little bit before he came to me. They didn't feed him at all, so he probably had to fight for his food. Whereas this guy over here, Mr. Darcy, see what I mean? Go on, go on. Mr. Darcy probably just was so pushed around all the time that he just doesn't want to fight. He's just so old. And he does pass gas when he's stressed. So, yeah, so I just have to kind of keep in mind with these two guys because we can't have Darcy not eating all of his food. And, dude, you have to finish this. Look, you gotta finish this. You need to finish that. He gets so preoccupied. I don't like it. I don't want it. Don't you get in there. You go on. Thank you. So he knows that I can get right between the two of these guys and he'll be like, oh crap, I guess I can't go over there. Well, oh well. And he knows that when I'm around, if I'm between the two of them, that he can just stay put and eat and be happy. So they've got their blankets, and I know a lot of people give me grief about blankets, and I would do the same thing because I never wanted to blanket before, and he was always fine. He only shivered once, and then of course Jack was fine. But now that they're getting older, he was just losing way too much weight in the wintertime. And then this is the first winter I blanketed. Now he's got Cushing's disease and he's skinny anyway, so he needs to have a little bit of extra blanket to keep him a little extra warm so his body doesn't use up all the fat reserves, which is very little, to keep him warm. Where this guy, he's got more fat, but he would always lose a lot of weight through the wintertime. It would take me all summer to get it back up to weight again, so then he'd lose it all the winter. So I'm trying something with him on blanketing him at 34 and under. So if it's 34 degrees or under, they're both of them are gonna get blankets. And I will say that it's worked because he hasn't lost nearly as much as he usually does through the winter. But then again, it was a mild winter. So yeah, I got that. A bunch of hockey pucks. It's so fun. Little Darcy or Jarvis? Darcy. Little feet. It's a beautiful morning, and I was up earlier, but I stayed in. I came out and checked on the boys and wasn't quite ready yet to take off the blankets, but it is now. It's very nice and warm, and I get their breakfast right here, and they are up there. Jarvis! Darcy! They're not paying attention. Let's see if we can go get them. Come on, guys! Come and get your breakfast. Come on, come on. Come on. Take off their blankets while we're out here. Such pretty boys. Come on, boys. Come on, Jarvis. Darcy's gonna get here before you. Look at him hiding. What's he doing? Come on, Jarvis! Darcy's like, I'm gonna be right here at the food. Come on, buddy, that's yours, right there. He's gonna go to Jarvis's bowl. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting. So Jarvis, who's out there, finally realized that there's food. He's gonna come running, and he's gonna push Darcy out of the other bowl, because that's Darcy's bowl, that's his bowl that he's in. I'm gonna back up a little bit so you guys can see a little bit. There he is. Oh, well, look at that. He decided to go straight to Darcy's bowl. Well, I'll have to give Darcy some devil's claw later today. Let's get these blankets off of these guys, shall we? Everybody's gonna be nice and toasty warm because the sun is beautiful. It's gonna melt all this little bit of snow. And I'm gonna go check our traps. Right? Yeah, you wanna come with me? No? You just gonna sit and eat? Yeah, okay. You do that.